Howdy guys, Cub here, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we worked on the world's tallest chicken farm, fully automatic chicken farm, and today we're going to be trying to decorate that build a little bit and maybe change up a few of the functionalities based upon your suggestions and some other ideas I had. And today guys, we have to start off the episode of course with a hashtag Ask Jarvis question, and today's question is there a concave? So we all know about the convex, but is there a concave? That is the question we posed to Jarvis today. Is there a concave? I kind of like the concave as like the unofficial name of Convex HQ, but we'll see what Jarvis has to say if there is a concave or not. See what he says. Here we go. Here's the answer. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't though. So that is something that we'll have to consider. We'll have to maybe we ask him that again. But yeah, so there may or may not be a concave. Also, we have a Secret Santa we need to do today from Python GB. So we have to go to Python's base and make something for him there that is Christmas themed. And so that is something that we'll also have to do. So let's go ahead and make our way out to the animal farm here. I'm just going to sleep and I'll meet you guys back out there. Alright guys, welcome back. We are here at the animal farm here. You can see we got all the pigs, all the cows, all the sheep, and all the chickens here forming a queue up here waiting for Johnny right down there, this guy, to slay them. And you can see I actually removed two cobwebs, one set of cobwebs here, so now the chickens grow up in the very last cobweb, which means that this farm is pretty much as efficient as any other chicken farm. So it's just a method of how the chickens grow up, and they move down as they're growing up. That's what's different about this. So we should see this guy start to fall down and be slain by Johnny any moment here. So here he goes. Boom, activates tripwire, and then boom, instantly killed, and then the drops are all picked up and distributed into these chests right here on the side. So that is that. I think this farm is basically done now. The only thing we need to do is decorate it and make it look good. So I'm thinking, as I said at the end of the previous episode, these big wheat, or not wheat, but hay bales, I'm thinking we bring these up and then make like a giant like curved X shape right here. Or maybe we do like multiple curves. We could do like two curves here. Could be kind of cool to have that like, you know, curve back like that. All while keeping these sort of straight up and down, I think would be ideal. And then we have to, on the side, of course, have to do something with the side. I'm thinking maybe just the same thing on the side, with the curved X shape would be cool on the side. But we do need to cover up all this redstone here, all this redstone here, and all the redstone here, and make sure it looks somewhat decent here. So I'm thinking, yeah, just keep the same basic color scheme here. So just gray concrete and hay bales. Pretty much all the way up to the top, essentially. And then I may move the output here with these chests. I may move this to like a dispenser facing downward on the roof. So that, you know, all the drops and stuff are just spewed out instead of put it into the chests. But I don't know. I kind of like the chests on the side here, so I might just keep that. Yeah, there's another chicken meeting its demise. I also had a lot of comments last time about chickens despawning. Like, won't they despawn when I leave the area? No, they will not, because passive mobs such as like chickens and cows and pigs and sheep, they actually do not despawn when you leave the area, so that is not a concern. Anyways, I think we go ahead and start to build this area up here. I need to go and grab some hay bale shulker boxes from my, or rather wheat shulker boxes from my wheat farm, and then we'll start to build this thing up, and I'll be right back. So we got a bunch of gray concrete now, and I think the first step in building this animal farm is to go ahead and just build the base building first. So the base building is going to be this gray color, and so I think we just draw this all the way up to the top where the actual chickens are laying eggs up there. So that's going to be quite a bit of concrete, and of course we want to also frame in everything else back here, but just getting a base building down I think would go a long way to helping us out in making this building. So let's go ahead and put down the base structure, and also we'll put down a roof, maybe made out of gray concrete, like maybe not that level, like that level right there maybe, or maybe one block lower. And we also might not make it out of gray concrete. We might do like this dark oak wood, I think could look cool. So dark oak wood on the top, as sort of the ceiling. And then the chickens like fall through the ceiling here. So like that would be the first thing we see when the chickens grow up like that and then fall through. That could be kind of cool. So I'll put a ceiling on this down here in this section. Maybe we could make it a little higher though. Like a curved ceiling. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I want to get the base building down for sure. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, welcome back. We got a little bit done here as you can see. So I've built up the front entrance in sort of the style I want. We also have the inside pretty much done. I don't really want to do much more on the inside besides what I have down here. I had to put down these sea lanterns for lighting, which I didn't really care for. I don't really care for, but I don't really see any other way we could do it. I guess we could put like sea lanterns here and here. Yeah, we could try that. Yeah, that might work. Let's try that. That I think would look a lot better actually than having it in the corners here. So we'll move these over here. Yeah, you can see how dark it is without the sea lanterns in there. Let's try that, though. I think this may work. If I put this here... Yeah, that's going to work just fine, I think. And then we put another one here. Like that. Well, does that work? Yeah, I think that provides enough light. I think that'll work. So let's just go ahead and do the same thing on this side. We'll put sea lantern here, sea lantern right there, and we'll put this at that point. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks good. It almost looks like it's back illuminated, but it's not. Like these animals here, but they're not. Anyways, yeah, that is that. So that's the inside pretty much done. We can see the chicken all fall right down through there. And yeah, the entrance is pretty much done. The only thing I want to change with the entrance, I don't like the whole gray concrete here. It's a little bit too much for me here with the gray concrete. So I've decided I'm actually going to, because of that, change up the whole design. And so instead of like one big building here, we're going to make something that is essentially like a factory. So like we'll have like a central building here, like about this height or so. And then I want the rest of this, like the whole chicken farm thing up here, to be like a big like smokestack or so. So I think that will be pretty cool. Although I don't want to make it out of the hay or the concrete. I think I want to use regular bricks for the smokestack. And so we need to also incorporate regular bricks into the side design as well. Because right now it's just like a big blob of gray, which is not ideal. So I'd like the gray to be the background color, and then maybe the bricks, maybe we'll have like brick columns here that lead up to like an area up there, and then that will lead up to the smokestack up above. So it's gonna be like a big smokestack. We can have like, you know, smoke or water vapor coming out this way with like wool and stained glass and things like that. So I think that should look good. Unfortunately, I don't have that much brick right now, so I'll have to go to a swamp biome to get a whole bunch of bricks and smelt it, or clay rather, and smelt those up to bricks. But I think that's a good plan. And then I also want to switch the entrance here. I think I want to switch most of this from the gray concrete to the hay bales, because the hay bales on the side don't really work that well with the brick, but they do work well as the complementary color because of this orange stripe right here. And also I think it makes sense because, you know, you got farm animals in here. It makes sense you'd have some wheat making up the entrance. So instead of the hay bales here, we'll probably go with just regular bricks and like just big columns of regular bricks, maybe with the gray behind it. Could look cool. But I'll play around with it a little bit. But for right now, we got to go out to the swamp and gather a bunch of clay to make some bricks. So guys, we are now here in our base. We are smelting up a bunch of clay into bricks, as you can see right down here. By the way, forgot to mention, decided to go all out for Christmas this year and Christmasify the base. So you can see, you know, we got the candy cane anvils down here. You know, we got the cocoa beans, our Christmas lights up here. You can see a better shot of the anvil there. We changed out the leaves. We got a zombie skull here. Stockings on all of the furnaces here. We got some lights strung up here, you know. We got some of this stuff going on here. We got, yeah, some snow creepers here. Put a bit of stuff on the door here. Same on that one. Yeah, you can see what's going on here. It's pretty crazy. It's all Christmasified. And in actuality, guys, this is actually a texture pack, which I find really nice. It helps to like Christmasify things. You can see, yeah, the chests over here. They're all looking like Christmas stuff. There's also, let's see, our dies. The dies here are all like Christmas ornaments. So yeah, you can see this one's actually renamed Cocoa Ornaments. So these are all like Christmas ornaments. The pack itself is called Christmas Pack by Future Azu, which is a really great pack. It's for Minecraft 1.12.2. I'll provide a link to it in the description if I can find it again. But yeah, this is a really fun pack, and it adds a lot of really cool features. And actually the whole outside bit here, if we go out this way, is also Christmasified. And there's a little wreath on our door. Perfect. This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, guys, so for this factory design, this is what I'm planning. So you can see I'm placing down some bricks right here. This is going to be like the main component of this factory build design. And what I'm planning for the actual factory itself, I'm planning to have like columns on the side here, sort of like what you see right here, going all the way up to roughly where the edge of the factory is going to be, which I think is probably going to be like on that level right there. And then it's going to be pretty much the smokestack from there on up. And what I want on the top of the pillars, we're going to do something like this. So we want to have, so like if this is the pillar right here. So let me just quickly mock this up right here. So if this is the top of the pillar, I think we're going to have something like this. So we'll have like stairs. And then, let's see, do I have any? We'll have to make some half slabs, I guess. Have stairs on top like that, as sort of like a buttress. And then we'll have something like, I think like that to sort of cap it off. And then we can have, let's say, the factory roof right here. Let's say. Like this. And then we'll have probably like another row of half slabs here. And then these bricks here will be like the actual tower, the actual smokestack right here. So these will, be going around like this. Sort of like in this pattern, more or less. Let's see what this looks like. We could probably use another thing here, and then another one of these, like that. So, yeah, I think that should be, well, I'm not certain about this right here. Maybe we just go with the regular, or actually, you know what, maybe we could do something like that. That looks kind of cool. And then just have this be regular bricks. That's a lot of brick, though. Yeah, it's sort of, you can see it sort of stacks up. I want to, basically make a way to transition from the actual building itself, which is going to be kind of square, to the actual smokestack, which is going to be kind of round. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So anyway, that's just an idea. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't work. We'll just have to see. Won't know until we actually see it here, if it's going to work or not. And then, again, we have to basically replace this gray right here with some hay bales. So this is all going to be hay bales in the front here, which I think will give it a nice little bit of color and should help it work a little bit in the front. So yeah, that will be that, and let's go ahead and get this started. Let's go ahead and build the bottom section and see how it's looking. Alright guys, so as I'm building this, I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of commentary on what I was thinking and exactly like what I'm doing here. So here I'm building up the columns on the right side and on the back, and also the front facade, which I just decided to go ahead and make brick. And then once I made the front facade, I decided I needed to work on that a little bit more, so I was going through and replacing things like steps and slabs and trying to make the front really cool. And you can see me over here, I'm just, basically going through and replacing block by block, and then stepping back and taking a look, and then getting more blocks, stepping back, taking a look. Eventually I got it right and decided to work on the side. Now here I'm just placing down hay bales because I decided that brick on the corners was not the way to go. But I didn't want it to be just hay bales, I needed to break it up some way. And eventually I decided on brick half slabs, regular brick half slabs, which is what you just saw me put down there. Then I wanted to make the same thing on the opposite side, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just going up with some brick half slabs, and then filling in the corner with hay bales, so the hay bales sort of shine through where the brick half slabs are. And then we put down some stairs to sort of set back the whole building a little bit. And again, I frequently step back, and you can see me actually looking and seeing what needs to be fixed, what works, what doesn't work. And then I decided on the corners here, I wanted to essentially make something that was more prominent. So I wanted the corners to stand out a little bit. So I just ender pearled up here, and we're just working on the corner bits. So I eventually decided to go with brick stairs, as I'm putting down right there. So you can see on the left-hand side there, the brick stairs making up that corner. So that was sort of my model corner right there. And then I'm just making this corner in the same fashion with the brick stairs up there. Building up the wall on this side. And then, yeah, building up the columns here. This column in the back had to be too wide because there was an odd number of blocks on this side. So that's why there's one column that's 2 blocks wide. And then this is the opposite side right here, just doing the same thing on the corner. So let's get back to the episode. So here is what the structure looks like from the front in the air. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty good so far. Although the toughest part of this whole build is actually in front of us. Now is the time where we have to make both the roof, which I think is going to go like right here essentially. So I'm just going to bring this in at this level right here. The roof needs to be built, and then the smokestack on top of the roof needs to be built here. So the smokestack's going to go all the way up to where those chickens are up there. And it needs to totally encompass both the chickens and the redstone there, which is 12 blocks wide. So there's not a whole lot of room here to work with, because if I want to make like a circular, for instance, like a circular smokestack here, the area up there is not that much less wide than the whole area down here. So it's going to be kind of a challenge to fit it in, and also make it look like, you know, the walls of the smokestacks, you know, don't, you know, just go straight up. They have to be at least somewhat angled all the way up to the top to make it look realistic, I think. As far as the material goes, I'm definitely going to use bricks. Well, I say definitely, but I'm probably going to use bricks because that's the main building material for this factory we have going on here. And I think it would make sense that the main building material that the building is made of is also what the smokestack is made of. Wow, there are a lot of chickens in there. There's like a chicken every other block. Look at these guys. Dang, that's craziness. Yeah, there's more down here. Jeez. Getting a lot of chicken from this automatic chicken farm though, guys. Anyway, I think I can fit it in somehow. I might also have to manipulate the redstone up there, maybe move some stuff around so that it fits better in a smaller area. So it's not, you know, 12 blocks wide here. We could probably reduce that a little bit. But anyways, now is the time to go ahead and start the roof build and also the smokestack build. So I'll keep building here and I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is we've started on the smokestack right here, and it's starting to look pretty good. We also got the roof complete, so we got all the concrete down for the roof itself. And we have sort of these buttresses that are supporting the smokestack here on the bottom at least. The bad news is that we've run out of brick. So we have to head on out to a swamp biome, and luckily there is a swamp biome somewhat close by, just over the hill here actually. Is a swamp biome. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you guys, got a Santa hat on now, so that's awesome. In the Christmas spirit. And right here is where I'm talking about. Yep, so we can just slide on in here, and we're going to go ahead and grab some of the clay right here. You can see I was gathering clay over here earlier as well. And we're actually close enough to the Mushroom Island that you can actually still see the beacons, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, clay gathering, and then we have to smelt it up and craft it all into bricks once again. Okay guys, so as you can see here, we've made some more progress. We are about 3/4 of the way done now, up to the top or so. And yeah, it's coming together quite nicely, I feel. If we get out further, this almost looks a little bit like a lighthouse at the moment, but once I put the little bit on top that I'm going to add, it should look more like a smokestack. But yeah, doesn't look too bad overall, actually. I'm quite pleased with how it's looking, actually. I mean, nobody ever looked at a smokestack and went, man, that really looks great. So, I mean, this is not the best thing I've ever built, but it's not the worst either. So, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So let's keep building up here. We're almost to the top. We just got a few more blocks to go. Chickens are still falling in. And yeah, let's go ahead and build this up and finish this project. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Smokestack is now complete. And yeah, it's looking pretty big. It's looking pretty intimidating. And yeah, it's putting out some smoke as well. You can see it starts off, you know, rather gray and white, but then it sort of trails off as you get further up there. Which I put down some glass panes up there and everything to make that effect happen. And overall, I'm liking it, actually. I really think it fits the area pretty well, surprisingly. The brick goes really well with the green grass, and yeah, it sort of dominates this side of the island now, but that's sort of like what we've been building this whole season. Like, this thing dominates this half of the island, along with some of the other, you know, the big farms and such, and then that thing over there, yeah, that's looking cool. That is looking pretty cool. That's a big smokestack, but definitely, I think fits, and yeah, fits pretty well. At the top here, I added a little bit of stuff. You can hear the chickens. The chickens are actually right underneath of, like 2 blocks beneath these concrete powders, basically. I also put some lights up here and down the side, so we got some redstone torches down the side. This is all the smoke right here that makes the smoky effect, but overall, pretty pleased with how this thing turned out, guys. Hopefully you guys are too. And everything still functions exactly the same, and everything's still, like the chicken and stuff. We should have a lot of chicken. Let's get down here and check this out, actually. So if we look in here, yeah, we got 3 stacks of chicken, roughly. Yeah, roughly 3 stacks of chicken, more coming in. And every once in a while, we should see, yeah, here comes a couple of chickens coming down here. And we also have 2 stacks over here, so that's great. But every once in a while, we should see a chicken drop down, and then, of course, we can always breed up the cows, the sheep, and the pigs on the sides. And, yeah, Johnny will slay all those guys. So let's watch this final chicken here. Coming on down. Coming on down, and it should be slayed pretty much immediately by Johnny. Here he comes. There goes Johnny. Boom. Smacks him. Oh, I love this. That's awesome. And the cart should pick everything up, I think. Let's see. After a brief delay. One time. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then that one also gets picked up, and then they activate it again, and this, yeah, the process continues. So with that, guys, I'm calling this smokestack complete. It's very ominous now, looking in here and seeing, you know, all the cows and the sheep and the pigs sort of in a little bit of darkness, and then Johnny, the butcher down there, waiting for his next victim, which looks like it's going to be this chicken falling through the cobweb there. I'm thinking now, since it is a smokestack, I'm thinking maybe we want to find a way to extend the item elevator and perhaps cook up all this chicken and all this beef and the pork chops and the mutton that are in here. So we have to sort out the meats, basically. And then, yeah, just deliver the feathers, the leather, and the light blue wool here just straight up. So, yeah, since it's a smokestack, it makes sense that I think the meat would be cooked after it gets into these chests. But other than that, we'll have to do that another time because I'm actually out of time for this episode. Anyways, if you enjoyed the episode, guys, please do leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. As always, thanks so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.